published 0403 Est, the 30th of December 2017, updated 0403 Est, the 30th of December 2017. England may have avoided the dreaded 50 whitewash, but Steve Smith's stubborn century meant a consolidating victory was ultimately denied. Joe Root begrudgingly shook hands with his counterpart to bring an end to the fourth Ashes Test after an otherwise positive 5 days for the visitors. As always, Sportsmail has rounded up some of the things you may have missed from the latest day of Ashes action. England and Australia have drawn the fourth Ashes Test in Melbourne to leave the series at 30 before the final day got underway. The England cricket team gathered around for a quick pep talk. But as Captain Root was preparing to rouse his players into action, he was presented with a birthday card. Root turned 27 on Saturday and looked bashful as he opened the card signed by his teammates. Unfortunately, they couldn't deliver the present he really wanted, a Test victory. Joe Root opens his birthday card from the team as they warm up ahead of the final day, and of the pre-match engagement for the England team was for former skipper Alistair Cook, whose name was added to the exclusive honours board at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Cook's unbeaten 244 was good enough to knock the legendary Sir Viv Richards off, and he was on hand to pose as his name was added alongside Bob Cooper, Sarfraz Nawaz and Arthur Maley. Alistair Cook of England poses next to his score of 244, not outmade in the Percy Beams BA birthday cards. Honours boards, everything was looking up for England on the final day of the fourth Ashes Test. That was until Cook was sent to stand up short leg and took a hit right in the nether regions. As he fell to the ground in the sort of agony that some of us are all too familiar with, Root and James Anderson couldn't help but smirk. It's funny for everyone, except the victim. Cook turns away as the ball is hit in his direction, but he can't move fast enough. The former England captain was down on the floor for several minutes in apparent agony. Joe Root and James Anderson saw the funny side as Cook finally gets back to his feet. Australia knew their best chance of securing a draw would be to slow down play as much as possible. But England could never have suspected the MCG wheelie bins and plastic bags were working for the home side as well. As the wind whipped around the huge ground, a bright red bin was blown into the eyeline of the batsman, holding up play for several minutes while a steward rushed to move it. Then, a bin liner was caught on the white sheet, forcing a spectator to precariously climb over and retrieve it before play could resume. A red wheelie bin was blown into the eyeline of the batsman and stopped play. A fan was made to climb over the white sheet and retrieve a bin bag before play could continue. 2 straight days in the field would have left the England team's shoes and pads looking and smelling a little worse for wear, but several England fans could not have been happier to accept the sweaty shoes of Tom Curran and the pads of wicket-keeper Jonny Bairstow. The England players made their way over to the travelling supporters after the match had ended and gave their kit away to some lucky individuals. Jonny Bairstow of England gives his pads to a young boy in the crowd after day 5. An England fan poses with a signed Tom Curran shoe in front of an empty mug. If you want to know why beat police officers are so important, you need only look at how Sgt Tony was treated by the Barmy Army after keeping things in order on all 5 days of the fourth Test at the MCG. The police officer was presented with a signed shirt by one of the leading members and looked delighted as he pulled it on over his uniform. He was given a standing ovation as he emerged from the tunnel donning the official Barmy Army t-shirt. Sgt Tony became everyone's favourite police officer during the fourth Test at the MCG.